The film opens with a man named Amrit Rathod, who is an NSG commando. He is with a homie named Varesh, and both of them just came back to Palampur. Let's just pretend that we all know about this place. Both of them go inside and retrieve their phones from the army counter. They come inside and sit in their room. Varesh tells Amrit that his phone has a lot of messages from his girlfriend and that it is urgent. He immediately turns on his phone and sees that his long-distance problematic girlfriend is playing the victim card again. He says, "Nah, I can fix her," and immediately leaves to go and meet her. Her name is Tulika, and she is the daughter of a very powerful businessman. She is sitting in a car and going to an engagement party. The only problem is that it is her own engagement ceremony. Her dad wants her to marry some random NPC, and their engagement is tonight, and saying no isn't an answer. At the event, she successfully gives the NPC blue balls and then meets Amrit afterwards. He explains how they can just run, but she is afraid of her rich dad, so she tells him to wait. Even Varesh mentions that hoes aren't loyal and that if she doesn't want to run away now, she won't do it ever. The next day, Tulika's whole family is with her as they are boarding a train and going to New Delhi. On the other hand, the main villain of the story, named Fanny, is getting ready to hop on the train as well. And he is not alone. Bro is here with a whole team and an old uncle sitting in a wagon operating everything. After some time, Tulika goes in the washroom, and little does she know that Amrit pulled a Joe Goldberg and followed her on the train with Varesh. But it isn't that creepy because the huzz is low-key into it. She thinks he is trying to get freaky with her, but he proposes to her instead. She is shocked, but immediately accepts. The NPC she got engaged to had no chance because Amrit was the guy she told him not to worry about. A few hours later, everyone is just chilling when suddenly something bad happens. Fanny and his team have locked down the train, shut down all communication, and started stealing from people. They see that Tulika's father is on the train, and they think that if they kidnap him, they are set for life. Their bodyguard tries to save them but gets chopped and fails to guard their body. Bro had one job. Amrit comes there and sees the chaos. He sees that Fanny is holding Tulika hostage, so he immediately starts fighting people and manages to save many of the passengers. However, Varesh is fighting an old man and has no choice but to turn his switch off with a knife. The other thugs see this and get mad, as the old man was one of the main leaders or something like that. His son is also pretty pissed off at Amrit and Varesh, but Fanny and the rest take him away as the passengers are safe. Amrit and Varesh still chase after the thugs and beef with them some more until Fanny gets his hands on a little kid. No diddy, he just has a knife on the kid's neck. They all stop fighting, but Fanny shoots Varesh in the shoulder and stabs him in the same spot as well. He then takes him hostage in front of Amrit's eyes. He says, "8, bet," and takes the old man's pissed off son hostage. Fanny later calls his uncle, who is in the wagon, and tells him that shit went downhill very fast. He comes on the train with his own men. He sees that the old man went to meet his maker and gets mad as well. He beats Varesh and then gets angry at Fanny as well. This means that things just got personal and they want revenge more than daddy's money. At night, Amrit attacks them in hopes that he will free Varesh from them. He starts fighting them and keeps getting stabbed again and again. Lil Bro thinks this is Fortnite and keeps fighting recklessly. Well, no reboot card for him as he gets knocked out and dragged away. When brought to the same place as Varesh, the homoerotic bro energy is so strong that they find the strength to fight again. While they keep fighting, Fanny escapes and finds Tulika, who is standing over the pissed-off old man's son with a knife. Amrit tries to reach her, but he keeps getting clapped by the ops. Fanny takes a knife and goes closer to Tulika, while Amrit watches the whole thing. Shockingly, he stabs her in the stomach. Would be a good time for Amrit to still save her, but he keeps taking the L. Fanny turns her around and gives her a back shot while she makes direct contact with Amrit. What is this? Berserk from Temu? While he keeps watching, Fanny takes the knife out from her back and places it in her neck as well. So goodbye to her bro, it's so over now, and if this wasn't good enough, there is an open door right by, and he yeets her out of the train. Even for an Indian movie where people miraculously come back, she isn't making it back. Amrit is beyond cooked now. He even gets a flashback of when they were happy together, and how he promised her a life together. Thinking about that, he instantly gets a boost and decides to fight back. I think homie might be a little bit late for that now. Just put the fries in the bag, bro, it's over. No point in fighting now. But he fights the thugs anyway and displays unnecessary violence, which is a failed attempt at making a controversial scene that can get the movie some fame. He then goes to the other side of the train and starts beating up people there as well. Where was this when your wife was getting the Griffith treatment? Fonny is with his uncle named Benny and the rest of the gang. They all tell Fonny that it was wrong of him to do what he did to Talika because they wanted to take the whole family hostage. Fonny claims that nothing has changed and that they will still kidnap the whole family. After some time, Amrit fights some more of Fonny's men and hangs their bodies all across the train while showing off his extremely mid-physique, average science-based lifter. But he just lost the love of his life. He'll blast Tren in no time. After some time, they all eventually find the hanged bodies and get angrier at Amrit, who climbs over the train to get to the other side and attack the thugs. While fighting, he makes his way back to Talika's family, but so does another big thug who is larger than Amrit. They start fighting and he has the upper hand on Amrit. He keeps beating him up and eventually takes him to an open door. They both almost fall out of the train, but the women of the family are brave and they start attacking the giant thug. They eventually take him off of Amrit, and their bravery straight up blows his mind away. After that, the police finally arrive there, and as always, the police are late. They shoot down some of the thugs that were on the train, but Fanny takes the upper hand and catches the cops by surprise. What kind of thugs are these? They just don't quit. The ransom is long gone, bro. Just leave the train at this point. But he manages to take out the cops anyway and says that he can still kidnap the family and ask for ransom money. Before Amrit can come there, Fonny starts to fight Varesh, and Varesh isn't in his A game because of how wounded he is. He still tries to fight him, but Fonny takes his life as well. And yes, there are no reboot cards in this movie because I don't think Talika is coming back. Bro, the ops catch Amrit as well, and they bring him right where Fonny just got done with Varesh. He is more than heartbroken at this sight because he only had one homie left, and now even he is chopped. Amrit again gets angry about this and starts fighting people. If only he could get angry a few minutes before his loved ones get clapped. His day would have been going so much better. Anyways, he catches Benny and starts fighting him. He puts a lighter in Benny's mouth and lights his whole face on fire. Right then, a few more thugs attack him, but he takes them down easily. He then stares at Fanny with murderous intent as he finishes off another thug in front of him. At this point, Fonny himself is scared of Amrit because of what he has managed to do so far. He explains how he took out only a few people from his side, while he has taken 40+ people from Fonny's side. Amrit is beyond frustrated and directly attacks Fanny with a hammer. They keep fighting, and it seems like Fanny is winning the fight. He has 2 knives, and he keeps stabbing Amrit over and over again. Again, dude, no reboot card. Stop being so reckless and lock in. Your wife and best friend are gone. Lock in. But he keeps getting stabbed over and over again until he is brought to his knees. He is fully ready to leave and accepts his death. But Fonny starts yapping, which is the biggest mistake he has made in this movie, other than clapping Amrit's wife, of course. Before finishing him off, he starts telling him how he failed his wife and let Fanny give her back shots while he watched the whole thing. This makes Amrit mad all over again, and he gets back up. He hits Fonny in the face with a hammer as he falls down. He tries to crawl away while the whole family watches the family-friendly show. Fonny hits him in the legs again and again with the hammer, until he is unable to move anymore. He then sits on top of him and starts to choke him. Freaky rivalry. Amrit then takes the hammer and starts to gently tap Fonny's head with the hammer. After hitting him a few times, he throws the hammer away and switches to his bare hands. He keeps thinking about her and punching Fonny while the train finally stops and more policemen walk in. All the family members are saved as Amrit just walks out of the train. He sits outside on a bench all bloodied up while Talika comes and sits right by him and holds his hand. And no, she isn't alive. Bro is just hallucinating now. It's so over for him in life. Anyways, they both sit together as the movie ends. I am sure you liked the story recap. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing recaps like that.